What's up guys, Kuroo here, and today with a new video. So today I actually wanted to make another in-depth review for a banner, and yeah, I think we're going to make one for the school banner today, which is this one. Pretty cute banner overall. So we get Asuna and Yuki. Asuna is called Youthful Days Asuna, bow character, fire unit. S3 skill is Springstorm, a combination skill with sunlight arrows rain down from a magical cherry blossom shape in the sky. And combination partner is Yuki, increases damage by 10%, and if you have her as a leader, she will do or give 6% bonus to all characters. And these characters also have the switch in skill and auto parry skill, so normal switches triggers SS3, and auto parry means when you're charging or in guard mode, then you will automatically parry if you get attacked, which can be pretty good. It's a circulating record crystal scout, which means every time you do a multi-scout you will get in between 1 to 10 record crystals. If you have 10, you can go for the 4+ guaranteed scout, and in there you can get between 1 to 5 record crystals. The second character we have is the coveted Life Yuki. Spring Celebration is her SS3 combination skill. A gust of wind with cherry blossom petals swallows up an enemy to attack. Character Asuna increases damage attained by 10% if you have use her with the combination partner Asuna, and leader skill attack plus 6% if you use her as a leader. So sadly it's not the new kind of leader skill where you get 10% if you have the right elemental unit in your party, but yeah, still pretty decent I guess. So let's take a closer look at these characters. I will also show you guys like the damage calculation and stuff like this later in this video. So Asuna bow unit, so this means you have actually pretty decent MP regeneration and fast attacks. So her auto attack speed is pretty usual. If you charge up, you can do a charge shot, and if you charge up and get attacked, you will auto parry in this case, which is pretty good for the bow unit, as you usually need to slide back, which can be kind of awkward because sometimes you need to slide into the parry range and sometimes you just jump out of it because yeah, or I do it at least because I'm a monkey. And yeah, SS1 explode arrow, it's pretty slow, but I guess it's okay. SS2 strike nova, it's even slower, but it can pierce through a lot of enemies, so in the floor clearing events this can be pretty useful. And SS3 spring storm, that's interesting. SS3, so it covers almost all of the map, or it covers all of the map, so you can usually start with this and for example switch into another character, and it also gives exactly 10 hits, which is pretty decent. And the good thing is, if you change into it, you will okay, I will show you guys this a little bit later. But yeah, her SS3 is actually pretty decent, and they have MP regeneration if you decide to unlock the skill slot, which I do not think is a good thing to do. So yeah, next up we have Yuki. So Yuki is a lance unit, and there are like two different auto attack animations for lance units. So Yuki has this jumping back on the last hit, which is pretty good. You can dodge auto attacks and stuff like this with this, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. Then she also has like the auto parry move. If she gets attacked while I hold this, she will automatically parry, but you also have this charging for auto parry. So personally I don't really think that the auto parry move is that great on lance units, just because they already have like this almost auto parry thing when you jump forward to the enemy, which is a lot better and faster than the auto parry, I think. And next up we have her SS1 Sonic Charge. You can go through the enemy, which is kind of good if you want to change the size of the enemy. Then we have this attack, Helical Twice, which is honestly not that good, but yeah, whatever, it's just what she has. Then we have her SS3 Spring Celebration, so it's also an teleporting SS3. And as you can see, you can almost teleport for the whole map. And if you're too far away, you will teleport in front of the enemy, and I think if you're closer to it, yeah, you will get to the back of the enemy, so that's something you need to keep in mind. That's actually pretty interesting. So if you're far away, you'll get to the front. If you're a little bit closer to the enemy, you will get to his back. So that's also pretty decent because you can change the sides to dodge a lot of attacks and stuff like this, which is especially useful because you will be using those characters to switch in while you can't do a parryable attack. So for example, you're attacking and he tries to do an attack, then you just switch to Yuki and you land to the back side of the enemy to dodge the attack, and you can go into another attack. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to show you guys with Asuna. So for example, I'm using one of these characters attacking, and then I switch to Asuna. I will quite a little bit of distance between me. So this can be a good thing and a bad thing. For example, if you want to dodge something, then you can just use this SS3 and change into another character and go back in. But if you don't have any character to switch back in, then you have quite a little bit of distance to cover, and then you need to walk towards the enemy and parry and stuff like this. So as I said, can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you want to play it. But overall, yeah, pretty decent. So from those two characters, which one is the better one? To be honest, I personally think that Asuna is more useful, just because her SS3 is a little bit faster, and yeah, you just don't need to get close to the enemy. So for example, if the enemy starts to spin or do some spinning unparryable attack, then Yuki will just get hit, and that's the end of her. For Asuna, you can just stand a little bit further away, do SS3, switch into another character, and things like this. So let's first take a little bit of a closer look to the attack stats and things like that. So let's just switch the screen quickly. So this is Ratsounds damage calculator. I will leave the link down in the description as always. Pretty handy tool in calculating damage and things like this. So let's just see how they do compared to all the other fire units that we currently have. So actually we have quite a few now. I just go on the fire damage, go to all 5-star units, and fail around a little bit and get it fixed. So these are all the 5-star fire units damaged. As you can see, we have Yuki here on place 13, which is honestly still pretty good, but maybe it's not worth it to scout specifically for her just because of this alone. And yeah, her skill duration is 2.5 seconds, which takes pretty long. It's actually pretty slow. And the combination is 1.31 seconds, which is also pretty slow. Or it's decent, but not the fastest in the world. And it's in place 13, so overall, is it worth to take like this long for an SS3, which is only on place 13? Probably not, so that's it for Yuki. And then we have Asuna, which is on place 19. Her SS3 skill duration is 1.81 seconds, and her skill or the combination timer is 1.05, so it's a little bit faster. Overall skill duration is pretty okay, and the combination skill is better than Yuki's, so overall she's definitely the unit I think you should go for if you really want to go for a fire unit here. Also because of her SS3, in my opinion it's a little bit more useful than Yuki's. And yeah, we can talk a little bit about the weapons, and then I'm going to come to a conclusion. So for weapons, we have like 2 weapon banners. So if you want to go for rarity 5 weapon, then this is probably the banner you should go. And if you already have a fire unit, then that's an easy banner to get, a rarity 4 firebow. So we have a lot of firebow units actually. We have 2 Xenons, 2 fire Xenons, and then this Asuna. So that's definitely a banner you want to look forward to if you want a firebow. And for lance, I think we only have like the Zodiac Xenon and the Yuki, so if you still need the lance, then that's the banner to go. The weapon sets are pretty decent, but not the best in the world. That's just how it is. So, firebow, you go this banner. If you don't need a firebow, then you don't get this banner. So it's as simple as that. Okay, is this banner worth it? As you can see, I didn't even scout the half rate up scout because I don't have enough memory damage, and personally, I don't think that this banner's really that worth it, to be honest. It's more like a bait. I really like the art design though, so if you're into that kind of stuff and you really want these characters, then go for it. But if you don't really need them, then do not go for them. I mean, Yuki has the advantage of having Asuna as a combination partner, as we have a lot more Asunas than Yukis. That's probably a good thing. But Asuna has Yuki, as you can see, slight disadvantage because we have less Yukis than Asunas, but yeah, that's just it. And overall Yuki does a little bit more damage but takes a lot longer, and Asuna is a little bit faster but on the other hand does a little bit less damage. As you can see, the leader skill 6%, and nowadays we have units who give 10% as a leader for fire units. So these kinds of units who give 6% bonus as a leader to every unit will be really useful for like rainbow ranking events or events where we have a lot of different kind of element bosses. But if you just want to have like a single ranking event where the boss is from the wind element, then you definitely want to have those with the 10% leader skill. And I think by the next time we get a fire ranking or wind boss, we will get a better fire banner, which is way more worth it. So I personally would say save up your memory diamonds, and yeah, just save them unless you really want these characters to design. And yeah guys, that's it for this video. I will definitely make another in-depth guide for, or in-depth review for this banner, another Gun Gale Online, which just came out yesterday, so I needed a little bit of time to get used to this banner. And yeah, so that's it for this video guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, then please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as this helps me out a lot. Also don't forget to press the bell button as you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And yeah, tell me down in the comments below what you guys think of this banner, I mean this one. And yeah, I will be really interested to know your guys' opinion, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.